Hi and welcome to today's video. So I am so excited to share with you everything that I purchased from my Salem trip. And if you missed the vlog from that trip, I'll go ahead and link it up here so you can take a look at it, as well as another video that I will link up here about how I prepared myself as a witch for this trip. So let's get into it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the haul. So if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Anchora Rose and I am a spooky witch where we do all kinds of spooky things all year round, such as artwork, trips, as a Salem one that I just took, and witchy things, as well as some DIY. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd love to see this community grow. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It is free to you. And leave a comment down below. Let me know who you are because I love to get to know every single one of you. And don't forget to give this video a really big thumbs up because that helps our community grow as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I wanted to show you guys everything that I had purchased while I was in Salem, and honestly, it's really not that much, but what I did buy was a little bit more on the expensive side. Oh man. I didn't buy much, but I still made a dent. But I knew I was going to buy these things. I waited until I went to Salem to buy them, so I knew it was coming. I knew I was gonna spend the money, but still, my heart hurts sometimes. So, I guess we'll get into it then. So the first thing that I had to purchase, this was actually my only spontaneous purchase because the bag that I had taken with me to Salem, one of the straps broke off, and then I attempted to sew it back on and it just wasn't really working, and then it was missing one of its zipper things too. So while I was on Salem, I found this one and I was like, you know, my bag's breaking, so I might as well get a cute new one. So this one I got from Modern Millie. It says Spooky Babe, and it's, wow, I lost my train of thought. So this one I got from Modern Millie. I just saw it in their window, so this was the only spontaneous purchase. But it says Spooky Babe on it. It's a really soft vegan leather. Like, it's velvety soft. I love the texture. It is super silky, and I like the circle design because it's definitely something different. Usually bags are the square or rectangle design. So I absolutely love this, and it kind of reminds me of the moon, which makes it really a lot more spooky-esque, I think. So yeah, and it's pretty simple. That's all in it. The rest of it is black. Here are the straps. I have it on the tightest setting it will go. I can't really get this all the way up here. And it's pretty loose. So I think it would work for everyone. Even if you're a smaller ghoul or if you're a larger ghoul, or, you know, we're in between like me. I'm more mid-sized. So yeah, there is that. No, not much to say about it. This is a little Beetlejuice guy that I had gotten from Spirit before the trip. He was hanging on my other pack, so I just moved him over, but I actually used him to clip together the two zips like this. Just for added protection. That helped me feel a little bit better about it. I have a lot of anxiety, so just carrying a backpack around makes me feel very insecure because I know people could get into it a lot easier than a crossbody bag that's in front of me or underneath my arm. And so that was just kind of a added security, all cutely too. So yeah, and then I will show you guys the inside of it. It's pretty spacious, even though it's a different kind of a shape. But you just unzip the two sides and it comes open like this. It goes all the way down so you can get all the way into the bottom. It expands pretty well and has this little piece of fabric right here to keep your stuff from falling out. But you can see inside here, there is definitely a lot of room. I had carried around my Shadow Goddess deck. If you haven't seen these yet, these are an oracle deck that I did create to help people with shadow work and traumas and loving who you are. So if you want to take a look at this deck, I will link it down below. But I did take a few of them with me to Salem just so that they would have that Salem energy. Unfortunately, all of those have already sold out. So thank you guys so much. And if you want to see when I release stuff like that, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That is down below, but that's where I posted that I had some Salem decks. So this one is my deck personally. So I carried this one around along with 2 other decks so that they had my energy on them. They had Salem's energy on them, and they were always in my pack for the entire week. They were on my person with my own deck. So those are really awesome, and I'm glad that I was able to list those for you guys. But I also had my sketchbook in here with a pack of pencils. I had all our maps and pamphlets in here. I had lipstick in here, mints, chapstick, even snacks. I have very low blood sugar, so if I go too long without snacks, I get really, really cranky. Like really cranky. So yeah, it definitely had plenty of space for everything. And again, I love the way that it feels on the outside. It is super soft, and this is embroidered, so it's definitely not going to be peeling off or anything. That's there to stay. I believe it was about $70. No sell or anything, unfortunately. Ugh. Yeah, it was 68 right there, form their collective. I just put the tag inside of it because I forgot to throw it away. But yeah, that was my only spontaneous purchase. It was definitely a little bit more on the expensive side, but I know that this is going to be something I'm going to use a lot, and it will be the only backpack that I have. So yeah, might as well have one nice thing than a bunch of cheap things, right? Right. Okay, so on to the next things. I had planned them. I had a wish list for them. There are things that I wanted to find in Salem. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Actually, there was one more spontaneous buy, but we'll get into that. Let's do the planned ones. So most spooky gals own a pair of creepers. I think that they go along with a lot of alternative fashion or outfits, fashion, you might want to say. But I really wanted to make a purchase of creepers, though they are a little more expensive, so I needed some time to save up for them. And I really wanted to get them in Salem at a store called Die With Your Boots On It specifically. It was the cutest little store that I've ever seen. They actually have 2 locations now. But unfortunately, they were completely sold out of everything. The only sizes they had left was 5s and 6s. And I don't know about you guys, but that is way too small to try and get my feet into. But fortunately, I was able to find 1 pair of creepers in a size 9 at their second location. So those were these right here. They are the spider web creepers from, I believe that these are from last year's Halloween collection because they don't say trick or treat on the back. That is a new thing that they added to the creepers for this year. So I believe that they'd had these from last year's collection, but they're literally the last ones in a size that I could wear. I usually go for an 8.5 or 9. So these are a size 9. They don't have half sizes, so the 9 was a better fit. They did have a size 8 in the jack-o'-lanterns, but as my foot was sliding forward as I was walking, it kept hitting the top, and so it was kind of uncomfortable, so the 9s were definitely a lot better. But I absolutely love these. I found out later in the Halloween museum that the threading actually glows under the purple UV light, which was super fun to see and really, really cool. So I absolutely loved those. And yeah, I finally had my very first pair of creepers that I'm super excited about. Here they are, not too much to say about them. They have the Halloween collection tag on the inside. And yeah, they're just a lot of fun. They're super comfortable. I didn't have a problem breaking them in at all. I would say the only issue is the top right here. kept scraping against my ankles, so I had to wear taller socks. But honestly, not that big of a deal because then I just wore my Halloween socks. They matched and everyone could finally see those spooky socks I keep buying. So yeah, that was the first pair. And then funny story, later on that night, we went back to the place that we were staying at and I got an email from Strange Cult saying that they were releasing another pre-order for this year's Halloween collection. So bam, I got the jack-o'-lantern ones too. I only planned on purchasing the one pair, so I kind of went a little over budget on the second ones, but these were the ones that I wanted initially. These are what I went to Salem looking for, were these really cool jack-o'-lantern ones. I love the contrast between the black and the orange. And then as I mentioned earlier, the back of them say trick and treat, which is a new thing that they added to their line this year. And I absolutely love the little bat wings on the side, which are on the other ones as well, but they're not as noticeable as the bright, vibrant orange. Again, it's super comfortable. I also purchased these ones in a size 9, just because if you're a half size, it's better to size up than down on these ones specifically. So yeah, my second pair of creepers, they will probably be the only 2 that I buy for a while. There are some witchy ones that I really wanted to get, but I think I'm going to get those next year because they are a little expensive. They're $100 each. Holy cow, I cannot believe I am saying that. They are $100 each. No sales or anything. What a splurge. I know, I can't believe that I did that, but I have been wanting these for years, like years. High school me wanted these. So yeah, I'm glad that I was finally able to get them. The big ones that I talked about a lot in my vlog, and I talked about there how I was trying to find them and they were all sold out. So the next item that I also went to find, this was on my wish list, but I purchased this from Modern Millie as well, but it is the poison apple bag. It's just a cute little guy. It doesn't even fit my phone, to be honest. I put my phone in this back pocket right here, but it fits my wallet and anything else like crystals or whatever I would want to carry. And it fits my mini sketchbook, which is awesome. I always have a sketchbook on me. So yeah, there's not much to say about it. It's not as soft as the bag that I showed you earlier. It's more of the leather, and then this inside is like a plastic vinyl. You can see it shining, and then the leaf and stem are only attached at the bottom here, so you kind of have to be careful with it. But this is really soft. This kind of feels similar to the other leather, and then the rest of it is black, and that has a little crossbody strap that is adjustable, and you can also remove the strap as well. This bag was $30. Thankfully though, my boyfriend did purchase this for me because he wanted to get me something in Salem as well. So this was the cute little gift that he got me, which I absolutely love. I wanted one of these to go with a sweatshirt that I made that's actually in my Etsy shop. It goes with the theme song. If you have listened, like, you can miss it if you're not really listening to it, but in my theme song it says poison apple jeans, and so this kind of goes with that. And I also / t-shirt options in my Etsy shop, link down below in the link of wonders, but I wanted this bag specifically to wear with that design that I created. So yeah, and I just really like the poison apple. I think it's really cool and witchy and very Halloween-esque. The inside of it is quite small. I have my headphones in here and my mask and my plane tickets because I was carrying this around on the plane, just so I could reach everything easy, get to everything that I needed to. But yeah, it's just a cute little fun bag. Okay. So the last fashion item I purchased is the exact same as what I'm wearing here. It is this gray modern witch hat, in the, what is this, like a knitted texture. And it just has the little top on, or like the little point, and it also has a small brim. While I was out in Salem, I took a wide brim hat that kept blowing off. Like there was a lot of wind and it kept falling off my head, so I couldn't really wear it. So I ended up picking up one of these at the booths. It was a booth right in front of the, I think it's Coon gift shops. I think that's what it is. Coon gift shops. But yeah, it was only $30. It's pretty nice, to be honest, because it has a wire here. So you can adjust it and move the brim the way that you want to. I did purchase this before leaving to Salem, but it hadn't come in the mail yet. And while I was there, they had them. So I was like, I already ordered the black one, so we will just get the gray one. Do I need two of the exact same witch hat? No, absolutely not. But you know what? I needed a hat in Salem, so needed being the keyword. But yeah, I got that little hat because the one I took was way too big. Okay, and the last two things I purchased were actually books. I purchased some books for my friend. I will put pictures of those here. They were just these cute little books on the history of the moon and the Celtic tree, which I absolutely loved those. I will actually need to repurchase those books for myself because I read through them really quickly before I gave those books over to him. And I really, really I hope that he's loving them and enjoying them right now as well. But yeah, so there's pictures of those since I already gave those to him. And I also bought him a candle, but I'm not going to tell you what it looked like because I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube. But you could only guess. Yeah. You could only guess what it was. But it's more of an inside joke between us. So yeah. And the next book that I bought was this, The Complete Book of Witchcraft. This is the original manuscript from 26 years ago, as stated down below. This is a really popular book. You can actually get a free PDF of this on Google if you just Google it, which is how I started reading this book in the first place, or firsthand, where I found that this book existed. So I have the free PDF, but I'm just a hardcover book kind of a person. I'm not really into electronic books quite yet. It's hard for me to focus on them, so I like to have the actual books in hand. So I did go ahead and purchase this from a little shop. I don't remember the name of it. I will try to find that in my information, but it was right next to the Halloween Museum, which I showed in my vlog. Again, I will link that here. But yeah, it's just a book on the traditional whereabouts of witchcraft. I don't know if this is making any sense. Let me find a page to give you an example. And it also gives you information on like tea leaf readings, which is pretty awesome. It tells you about tarot cards and tarot reading, more in depth. It gives you information on pendulums, and it's set up like a workbook. So you will have questions that you can answer and go through just to help you retain the information. But it also gives you information on Sabbath holidays, goals that you want to set out. It has information on how to make daggers for your altar if that's something that you're into, but it's just the basics of traditional witchcraft is pretty much what it is. It is very old school. I read through the initiation, and it is the initiation part of this book is kind of scary. It's very like cultish, cult-like, so you don't have to agree with everything that is in the book since it is such a traditional rite that there is a lot of things that probably wouldn't be okay in today's world or is done differently. So it's just good to have that basic information and that basic knowledge, but take it with a grain of salt. But sometimes it really helps with today's practices because it gives you more information on the behind the scenes of the simplified versions that we have today. So that's something I wanted in a hard copy. Again, you can get it for free as a PDF on Google. All you have to do is Google the cover and the author here. And yeah, I think it was only like $12, $15. Oh, $22.99 on the back of the book. So, but I'm more of a hard book kind of a person, so I decided to go ahead and purchase that. Another one that I found was How to Use Intuition and Elevate Your Craft. And this is a book all about strengthening your intuition, how to use it, and how to tell the difference between paranoia and actual intuition, which is really important with me because I am extremely anxious. I say this all the time, but my anxiety is really hard to manage sometimes. So books like this are really good because I like to learn the difference between what am I just being paranoid about and what is my intuition actually trying to tell me. So things like this are really great for that. And it's really good because once you manage your intuition, then it makes anxiety a whole lot easier to control. Because you'll know how to tell the difference. What is my brain freaking out about versus what is real life? So yeah. And this one was $18.99. I actually purchased this one from the Pentagram Witchcraft shop that I mentioned in my vlog as well. And yeah, I've skimmed through it. I haven't really gone in depth to it. It has a lot of information on night practices that you can do and other practices that can help strengthen your intuition, as well as exercises. And it even teaches you how to get into a trance so that you can have more control over the void and spiritual experiences. So yeah. Those are the books. I love to read. I read a lot. So those were really good to purchase. I wish I could have read more of it on the plane, but motion sickness. All I can do is either nap or watch TV. That is everything that I purchased in Salem, and it was such a great experience. I'm glad that I was finally able to go. We actually really wanted to go last year, but because of everything that happened, the trip did have to be delayed. But I'm kind of glad that it was delayed because it was a little bit slower than it had been pre the situation. I'm just gonna say pre the situation. And since we postponed it, we had a couple friends that were able to join us, and that was really fun to have them around as well, because who doesn't love a huge group of company? So yeah. So that is the end of the Salem series. We had a how I packed, a vlog from the trip, and what I got on the trip. So if you want to see those videos, I will link them throughout this video and down below as well. And thank you guys so much again for joining me today. And don't forget to subscribe because I would love to see you join our family. Let me know who you are down below and give this video a big thumbs up because it doesn't cost you anything, but it means a whole lot to me. So thank you again for joining and keep on spooking. Until next time, all you ghouls and spookineers. Bye.